We move on to question number 9. Deputy O'Sullivan has 30 seconds.
Thanks, Lars Kincorla. I'm a member of the cross-party retail support group, and that group has membership from all of the parties here present in the chamber. And at our last meeting, we were told by some businesses that where previously they would have got an extension to their overdraft at times of pressure on their cash flow, like leading up to Christmas, that now the banks are tending to tell them they need to take out a loan instead of giving them an overdraft facility. So I suppose my question really is to make the Minister aware of it and to see whether there is a way in which she, as a champion of business in this country, can actually put pressure on the banks to put the businesses ahead of the interests of the banks in this case. Unfortunately, I think they haven't learned their lesson from the previous time when they had to be bailed out.
Minister has 2 minutes.
My God, Concordia. I just want to thank the Deputy for raising this issue. As Chair of the Retail Consultation Forum, I understand the importance of the retail sector and how it crucially supports jobs in every city, town and village in the country. Indeed, recent figures from the CSO show that over 300,000 people are employed in the wholesale and the retail sector. The Retail Consultation Forum provides a platform for engagement between retail representative bodies, retailers and the public sector on key development issues for the retail sector. To date, the issue that the Deputy has raised has not been brought to me directly via the forum members or the retail representative bodies. As Minister for Business, Enterprise and Innovation, I am committed to ensuring an attractive and competitive environment for businesses, including access to finance for growth. And that is why I have prioritised as Minister ongoing structured dialogue with key stakeholders to ensure the needs of business are considered in the execution of national policy and in the development of relevant and appropriate supports. In this context, just 2 weeks ago, I met with the CEOs of the 3 main banks, and I emphasised to them the importance of sustaining the progress being made on improving access to finance and on the need to strongly support businesses at this challenging time. Recognising that finance is critical to the success of business, regardless of size or sector, providing appropriate and accessible finance to business is one of the Government's top priorities, and we have put in place several supports and initiatives to improve access to finance for SMEs, including the Brexit Working Capital Loan Scheme, the Credit Guarantee Scheme and supporting Microfinance Ireland. Retail businesses are benefiting from these schemes and initiatives, and I'm pleased that a number of retail and wholesale businesses have already been approved under the new Brexit Working Capital Loan Scheme, equating to 20% of approved SMEs by the end of September. I and my department will continue to engage with the Retail Consultation Forum to understand the challenges they face.
1 minute, Deputy.
A reply, and I'll certainly take back the information you've given me and suggest that maybe those businesses should give some information to the members of the Retail Consultation Forum, because they presented it as a real issue. And just a cash flow issue, so that they wouldn't necessarily need a loan, but they just need a facility that then they can, their cash will come back in after the Christmas period and other times of the year as well. Can I just ask a supplementary, Minister? Many of us had the opportunity to meet with the credit union movement this morning. Indeed, every year they come to talk to us, and they've come to various committees. And while they want to lend for social housing, and I certainly support that fully, and the Central Bank has indicated that they would be mindful that that should happen. A vehicle is needed, and government has to provide it. But I understand that if such a vehicle is set up to invest in social housing, that it would also be a model for investing in small businesses through the credit union movement. So I would just ask that the Minister would indicate that she would be supportive of the credit union movement assisting small businesses.
Deputy, for that. Well, as a former employee of the credit union movement, I certainly support any efforts that we can, or any arrangements or any vehicles whereby the credit union movement is allowed to support businesses. I absolutely think that they can play a very important role in that, and to that extent I did meet one of the members of the CUMA organisation, and I've asked them to put forward proposals, and I certainly will look at them in how credit unions can support small businesses right across the country. I think they have the expertise, they have the local knowledge, and they have the capital that they can lend. So I think that that's very important. Of course, as you know, they are regulated by the central bank, but I feel it would be very important if we could find a vehicle or a mechanism for credit unions to support businesses right across the country. It's a wonderful organisation, and as I say, I'm satisfied that they would have the necessary skill sets to assess and to look at providing finances to small businesses, and particularly micro businesses. But of course we do have a range of supports out there in terms of other supports through the local enterprise office and different other agencies.
It is important that the banks realise that there is competition and that they can't just do whatever they feel like doing in their own interest rather than in the interests of the customers, including their business customers. And I'd be very worried if they're showing signs again of being more arrogant than they should be in relation to how they do business with people in this country.
Minister.
Yeah, well, to say that, just to elaborate further, really, I did meet with the four pillar banks. I met with Francesca McDonagh, the CEO of the Bank of Ireland, Bernard Byrne, the Group CEO of AIB, and Jane Howard, the Chief Executive of Ulster Bank. And the following topics were discussed at the meeting, and that's the importance of the banks in supporting enterprise resilience in the context of Brexit, access to finance, and the relatively high cost of credit in Ireland vis-à-vis other EU countries, and the bank's participation and the promotion of the range of government schemes to support improved access to finance, such as the Brexit Working Capital Loan Scheme. So, you know, we have had a number of, I had a very good discussion with them actually, and it's important that we keep those lines of communication open, and I have the opportunity to, to bring to the attention of the banks the issues that businesses are telling me about. So I obviously keep that in mind. Thank you.